Exam study strategies that really work. The keys to effective studying. Effective study skills must be practiced in order to improve. It's not enough to think about studying. You actually have to do it and then reflect on what you could be doing better. General exam study tips, tested and true. Begin studying no less than 30 to 60 minutes after a meal. Never study within 30 minutes of going to sleep. Prioritize. Make a list of what you intend to study and prioritize the list. Study no more than 45 to 60 minutes at a stretch, and then take breaks. Take breaks away from your desk and do something different. Try to continue your daily habits as usual. Don't drastically reduce your sleep, eliminate exercise, or overeat. Creating the right environment for studying. Make sure the environment is moderately comfortable. Furniture, temperature, etc. Work somewhere where you will be free of distractions like phone, TV, MSN, or other social medias. Try to use a space that is yours only and doesn't have to be shared with other family members. Keep the study space organized with a specific place for paper, pens, books, etc. Have everything you need to study with you before you sit down so you don't waste time looking for things. The value of study schedule. It will not be possible to allocate your time effectively if you don't have a schedule to keep you focused and realistic about what you need to accomplish. The time taken to create the schedule is well worth it. It will save you much time that could have been lost to deorganization, stress, and poor planning. Make every hour count in your schedule, time at lunch, before school, after school, and etc. Begin to study for each exam at least a week before it will take place to have plenty of time to ask questions, review, etc. Give yourself reasonable breaks, 15 to 30 minutes, and try to maintain as normal a schedule as possible in terms of sleep time, eating time, etc. Proven study strategies, SQ3R. Survey, question, read, recite, and review. Survey means get the best overall picture of what you're going to study before you do it. Question. Ask questions to reinforce your own learning. Read. Actively read over the material and be alert to main ideas, bolded items, and key understanding and details. Recite. Recalling and then orally or through writing communicating the information. Make connections. Review. Rereading, summarizing key points, testing yourself, asking final questions. Getting organized means putting time into organizing notes and other papers for the course. Reading with purpose. Not glossing over reading materials but actively searching for important ideas and thinking about them while you read. Getting the main ideas. Questioning yourself about the main points from the notes, assignments, or chapters you are reviewing. Extracting important details. Considering key informations that support the main ideas and thus give them more meaning. Taking notes. Bolding, underlining, and categorizing information that you are studying to give it more meaning. Outline textbooks, novels, supporting materials. Making notes on key main ideas, supporting details, and connection between concepts from print sources. Memorization strategies. Some material for your courses will simply require that you memorize the information. This comes easy to some people, I think, but not at all. Here are some strategies that you can try. Acronym. That is PMAT for phases of mitosis: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Acrostic. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally's, which means it stands for the order of operations in maths, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Rhyme keys. Memorize keywords that can be associated with numbers. Example, bun is equal to 1, 2 means shoe, 3, tree, etc. Then come up with visuals to remember a list. That is, cheese on a bun, a cow with shoes on, etc. Method of lossy. Imagining a list of items in a location you are familiar with and the events that are taking place. Image, name, technique. Invent a relationship between the names of something and one of its physical traits. That is curly head, Shirley Temple. Chaining. Creating a story where each word or idea you have to remember cues the next idea you have to recall. That is, a story where a character in a Shakespeare play bumps into four other characters as he goes for a walk. The problem with concentration: your mind may wander from one thing to another. Your worries may distract you. Outside distractions may take you away from your studies before you know it. You may find the materials boring, difficult, and or not interesting. Concentration strategies. Here are some strategies students can use to focus during study time. Study in a set place that is naturally free of distractions. When your mind wanders, tell yourself, now is when I must study. Stick a routine, realistic and effective study schedule. Focus on your goals with the material you are studying each and every time. Change your study topics every 1 to 2 hours to keep things interesting. Vary your study activities. Don't try and study in the same way for more than an hour or so. Take regular scheduled breaks and enjoy them. Give yourself rewards for even small achievements with your studying. Student study strategies that don't work. Reading information out loud without writing it down. Glossing over notes without proving it by teaching someone else, by writing it down from memory, etc. Highlighting texts or novels. Reviewing the materials only one time. Studying with someone else, unless you are equally committed and focused. Staying up really late or pulling an all-nighter. Types of exams. The objective exam. Here are some helpful tips when writing an objective exam. Survey the entire exam first to see what kind of questions are being asked and length, etc. Quickly budget for how much time you will spend on each question. Read over each question carefully. Answer each question first to save time and build confidence. Pick out keywords in the questions to ensure you don't misunderstand. Circle any questions you have difficulty with so you can go back to them at the end of the exam. For multiple choice, we say MCQ, multiple choice questions, read each option separately and determine whether each statement is true or false. Guess if you don't know. Leave yourself at least 15 minutes at the end of the exam to review your answers and ensure you didn't make any silly mistakes. Types of exams. The essay exam. Here are some helpful tips when writing an essay exam. Do any initial preparation that teacher allows for. That is, novel review, outlining different topics. Read over the entire exam first. Quickly budget for the amount of time you will be able to spend on each question. Number questions exactly to match the question numbers. Outline your answer to the question before you begin writing. Pay attention to keywords that indicates what you're being asked to. Start with an intro and end with a conclusion for each question. Answer questions directly. Don't beat around the bush. Leave time at the end to check for spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, clarity of ideas, etc. Coping with exam anxiety. We all have exam anxiety at the time of writing exams. Exam anxiety can be viewed in two different ways. Poor coping with the inevitable stress of an exam before it takes place, or a strong emotional reaction of fear that interferes with thinking clearly during the exam. Exam anxiety symptoms. These are the symptoms of exam anxiety. Memory blocks or blanking out on things that you have studied. Fear of failing before the exam is even written. Physical symptoms such as rapid heart rate, shortness of breath, sweating, etc. Lower reading comprehension, poor attention, and inability to concentrate. Tips for coping with exam anxiety. Be prepared early. Set up a study schedule at least 2 weeks before your exam. Sleep well. Maintaining a regular sleep schedule helps to reduce stress and increase performance. Keep the same caffeine and sugar intake. Greatly increasing either of these substances can actually impair brain functioning by throwing off your body metabolism. Learn relaxed breathing. When you get stressed, taking some slow, relaxed breaths can help you think clearly again. Stop studying at least 1 to 2 hours before bedtime and night before. Studying right up until the last minute increases your anxiety and will impair your ability to sleep. Review main themes. Go over main ideas or concept in the material to reinforce that you do understand the big picture. Have a plan before the exam. As part of your studying, think about how you will approach the exam and what you will do when you run into trouble. Aim to do your best. Recognize and turn off your negative self-dialogue. Focus on the task at hand and simply aim to do your best. The day of the exam. Wake up at a reasonable time so you can get ready at a leisurely pace and have breakfast. Carry your notebook to the exam but don't open it. We'll have it there if you absolutely need it. Stay away from other stressed out students who may get you worried before the exam. Admit to yourself that you will not know all of the answers on the exam, and that's okay. Try the memory dump strategy. In summary, these are the key points we are talking about. Studying is an important component of being prepared for your final exams. Any sort of studying is inherently stressful, but there are ways to manage it to reduce the stress. Your approach to studying will vary depending on the subject matter you're studying. See subject-specific suggestions in your package. The keys to effective studying are all about planning. It's a good idea to start that process now. And good luck on your final exams. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and comment.